It's 45 minutes till midnight on a Sunday. Superior police officers are responding to a 911 call.
So before even the dispatcher has finished taking all of the information, he can start moving in the direction, particularly if it says right away, suspected overdose.
That's Superior Officer Mark Latond. He's going to walk us through what we're seeing on this body camera video.
She needs to let us in.
That's Officer Brown going in first.
Does he do heroin?
Yes,
he does?
He did a shot of heroin.
Okay.
You can have this one.
When you're the little brother, the youngest child, there's not much better in life than Nerf guns with Dad.
Before I knock him.
All right, gotta bring me some of those bullets, Bennett.
Toy dragons, and playtime with Mom, Dad,
Mom, what can I load in here?
and that older sibling that you can't help to try to be just like, no matter how much they hate it. Moments like these are special for the Young family. It's not often that they all get to play together and just be home.
Is it complete?
Because in the last 7 months, it has been busy. They have been through a lot. 2-year-old Bennett has been through a lot.
So these are Bennett's beads of courage, and different types of beads represent different type of procedures that he's had.
On a summer day on Lake Superior, you never know what you're going to get. Calm waters can quickly turn dangerous. But it's a risk this crew is ready to take in search of a precious treasure buried in dark waters.
Out there, it's just a vast wilderness underwater, and so very little of it has actually been imaged acoustically by sonar or on video.
4 miles off of the shore of Two Harbors, X marks the spot.
50 feet out.
They're sending eyes below, but not the human kind.
There's no one that can dive that deep.
Instead, it's this, an ROV, or a remotely operated underwater vehicle that will be doing the swimming.
Hey Tom, it's going in.
A robot with a camera and a pilot.
The way it behaves, it acts like there's no tether connected.
That will finally give them a view of something that hasn't been seen in nearly 100 years.
A little bit.
With careful, steady work by the captain, keeping the boat in just the right place.
Turn around, look at the inside of the bulwark.
It only takes minutes to get a glimpse of what they're looking for.
Wow. Okay.
This is the Harriet B, a 235-foot ship built in 1895. The grant meant all Duluth kids got sent in for testing, including the 15-year-old victim's kit from 2010, which found a hit. The DNA of 43-year-old Curtis Guy Marcula, who would have been 36 when he sexually assaulted the 15-year-old. His DNA was already in the system even before the reported assault happened, and he was already behind bars on other charges. In fact, he was a familiar face to Duluth police. They featured him as their property crimes wanted person of the week back in 2014 for probation violations. All of that attention gave them a tip to his whereabouts then, and he's been in prison since. When confronted with this sexual assault case, he pled guilty to 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct and was sentenced to additional time in prison. DTA has a policy that if something happens on the bus where a behavioral problem escalates to a level where personal safety is a concern and requires response from law enforcement, the driver is supposed to hit a covert alarm that calls 911. But in the case of this assault, police couldn't give us a record of any 911 call. Instead, an officer happened to drive up on the aftermath of the fight on West Michigan Street.